What you're about to watch is a full Disney-style AI cartoon that was animated entirely using Seedance 2.5. And honestly, the quality looks like something straight out of a $1 million production studio.
This is boring. I'm going out there.
Don't go too far out. The water's rough today.
Sure.
You were gone!
Now here's the thing. Creating long AI cartoons used to be an incredibly slow and painful process. Every clip used to cap out at around 15 seconds, which meant that we had to spend hours trying to stitch them all together just to get the perfect transitions. But now, Seedance 2.5 has completely solved this because we can finally generate clips that are up to 30 seconds long. And when you combine that with its film-grade quality and improved prompt adherence, it easily becomes one of the best tools for AI animation. Which is why in this video, I'll be breaking down the exact workflow on how to create long AI cartoons using Seedance 2.5. And by the end, you'll be able to create professional AI cartoons on your own without burning through thousands of credits on low-quality generations. So let's get into it. We'll be using OpenArt for all of the generations in this video. It's a beginner-friendly, all-in-one AI platform that gives us access to all of the latest models like Seedance 2.5 in one place. So if you'd like to try it out yourself, I'll drop the link to OpenArt in the description, along with all the prompts that we'll use throughout the video. But before we start generating anything, we need to plan out the story of our entire cartoon so that we have a clear idea of how it plays out from start to finish. And the best way to do this is to plan out everything using AI. So for this, we'll just open up Claude and give it a rough idea about the cartoon that we're trying to create. We want a short 40 to 50 second cartoon that has a real emotional story arc, which is set in a semi-magical world in a 3D Disney-style aesthetic. And since we're animating this with Seedance 2.5, we'll have it focus on complex motions and realistic physics so that the cartoon can match the level of an actual Disney film. After finalizing everything, this is what we got for the entire story. It follows a group of 3 kids having fun on their jet skis on a cloudy day, when one boy races too far from shore. Out in the open water, he runs into a mysterious glowing dolphin, and the two start playing together. But then a massive storm hits, and everything changes in an instant. And that's our story done. But the story alone isn't enough. We also need to find the right style for our cartoon, because getting this right early on helps us make sure that everything feels consistent later on. So the first thing we'll do is head over to Pinterest and look for some inspiration for the style we're going for. We want a semi-realistic 3D look for this one. And once we find a couple of images that match our style, we'll put them all together in one folder. Just like that, our entire story and style are now locked in. Now, planning out everything up front can help us keep our results consistent, but it's really just the foundation, because generating clips using Seedance 2.5 is really expensive. And without the right approach, you could easily waste thousands of credits on failed generations. Which is why later in the video, I'll show you a couple of simple tricks that can help you save a ton of credits and still get the best possible results. But for now, let's start bringing everything together and generate our reference sheets. And this is where things start to get interesting, because previously, creating long AI cartoons with complex scenes and different camera angles was really difficult. We could only upload a small number of visual references, which meant that the model had to make a lot of creative decisions on its own. And that's exactly why we got average results. And this is where Seedance 2.5 truly stands out, as we can now upload up to 50 different references at once, which gives the model a lot more context to work with. So instead of just talking about it, let's put it to the test. But before that, we'll need to actually create all of the reference sheets that we're going to feed in. And for that, we'll be using GPT Image 2, since it's currently one of the strongest AI image generators in terms of realism and quality. Now, the first thing that we need to create with this is our character reference sheets. This will help us keep our characters consistent across every scene. We need 4 character sheets in total, 3 for the main kids and 1 for the glowing dolphin. So we'll head over to OpenArt, set GPT Image 2 as our model, upload our Pinterest references, and paste in our prompt. We want a full reference sheet with a front, side, and back view of our main character, along with a few close-ups wearing a t-shirt and life vest in a semi-realistic 3D style. And this is the result. Now we'll repeat the exact same process for our other 3 characters, and all of our characters are now locked in. After this, we'll move on to the next step, which is actually generating the environment in which the characters will live. Now this is something that a lot of people overlook, that they lock in their characters but never create any environment references, which is exactly why their backgrounds keep changing from scene to scene. So we'll just follow the same process, but with our environment prompt this time. We want a wide shot of a beachside with a wooden dock and a few jet skis tied up beside it, and the weather is slightly cloudy. This is perfect for our environment. After this, we'll create a couple more environment references that we might need later on. And now we have full reference sheets for everything. And an easy trick that I like to use here is to create a visual storyboard inside of Figma. This allows us to break down our entire cartoon scene by scene, while keeping all of our images and references organized for each one, so that everything becomes much easier to generate and we end up saving a ton of credits in the long run. But honestly, this is still just the start, because at the end of the day, the quality of our entire cartoon comes down to how well we animate it. And animating our clips with Seedance 2.5 is actually a little different from the other tools, mainly due to the new changes, like the increased clip length and the 50 references that we can now upload. So because of this, we have to adjust our approach and rely more on visual anchors for each shot instead of just text prompts. This is also where the storyboard comes in handy, since we're now working with a lot more reference images and need a proper place to keep them all organized. But we still need to create these starting and reference frames for our videos. So we'll head back to OpenArt, select GPT Image 2, upload all of our reference sheets, and type in our prompt. We want a wide shot of all 3 kids on their jet skis by the beachside, talking to each other on a cloudy day. This is perfect for our starting frame. From here, we'll generate a few more keyframes for the rest of our shots, and now we've got everything we need to start animating. So we'll head over to the video section, select Seedance 2.5, upload our starting frame along with all of our references, and paste in our prompt. We want a 20-second clip that starts with the 3 kids just sitting on their jet skis until one of them races off into the open water on his own, where he comes across a mysterious glowing dolphin. And here's the result.
This is boring. I'm going out there.
Don't go too far out. The water's rough today.
Sure.
This looks really impressive. The animations are incredibly clean, the water splashing off his jet ski looks genuinely realistic, and the entire clip carries a cinematic Disney-style feel to it. Now our next shot is actually just a continuation of this one, so we'll simply upload this clip as a reference, and ask Cedance to build the next scene as an exact continuation of it. We want a 20-second clip where the boy and the dolphin race and play across the open water together until the storm closes in, and a huge wave knocks him off his jet ski, leaving him struggling alone in the open sea. The continuation looks perfect. Both of the clips blend in really well together. The storm building up looks absolutely stunning, and the overall quality is amazing. Now we'll follow the same process for our final clip. And with that, all of our clips are now fully animated. But there's still one last step which separates a normal AI video from an actual film scene, and that is the music. Because that's what truly adds life and emotional tension to our cartoon, making everything feel far more cinematic. And the best part is that we can generate all of this music natively inside of OpenArt. All we have to do is head over to the music section, click on instrumental, and describe the kind of soundtrack that we want. We want a soundtrack that starts off with a light and playful melody, then slowly builds into something far more intense and emotional as the storm hits. And in just a matter of seconds, we've got a full custom soundtrack for our cartoon. Now, to show you exactly how much of a difference this makes, let me play a clip from our cartoon, firstly without the soundtrack and then with it. Yeah, the difference is massive. The soundtrack instantly adds so much more emotion to our cartoon and takes it to a whole new level. And that's our full workflow. We started off by creating the entire story and finding some style references using Pinterest. Then we generated our reference images using GPT Image 2 and organized them neatly inside of our storyboard. And finally, we animated all of our shots with Seedance 2.5 and finished it off by adding a custom soundtrack to our cartoon. And the real reason that this entire workflow has become so much simpler is because OpenArt gives us access to everything we need in one place, so that we never have to set up 5 different tools just to put together one video. And remember, if you want to try it out yourself, the link to OpenArt is in the description below. So now you know exactly how to create Disney-style AI cartoons from scratch. But the problem is that our entire workflow relies on manually prompting each video and waiting for each generation, which can take up a lot of time. That's why I created a full video on how to automate this entire process using Claude. Just click the video on screen now if you're interested.